What's going on, guys? It's Bjorn and welcome back to another YouTube video.
Yo.
Obviously, we've got our two homies, Bjorn and Gabriel.
What's up, guys?
Yo.
This year we finally made it to the Indonesia Diecast Expo.
The trip made it out of the group chat.
Yeah, yeah. And I'm sure you guys can see there's a lot of cars here. Right? We've had a eventful event.
Tiring day. I think you can tell from everyone's voice he's tired.
Our
I'm
voices are
tired.
like done.
Yeah, so forgive us if we sound very monotone, but we're
Yeah.
tired, but happy lah.
Happy and yeah, we kind of want to bring this concept back from the Malaysia Diecast Expo earlier this year.
Yes, sir.
And now that we're here at the last kind of like, in a sense, like Asia Expo kind of thing,
Major
right?
event,
With
yeah.
major event, right? With Malaysia, Singapore, and now Indonesia.
Yeah.
It kind of made sense for us to do this video for you guys. Just to kind of talk about the event, right? Also to kind of show you the cars, the exclusives, and all of this. But before we get into the cars for today,
Part one.
the part one of the video, right?
Part one, yes.
Is to kind of talk about the event by itself. And what I mean is,
Oh, yeah?
if you guys remember the MDX video that we did, we spoke about our feelings and how the entire event went.
Yeah.
And so let's start, because we've already had Bjorn interrupt us a lot of times. So
I'm just trying to help hype up. If not, me and Gabriel would just be like,
I'm just going off the cues.
so yeah, we want to hear from obviously the customizer
Oh,
of our group, right, Mr. Black Bandit SG.
yes, sir.
What he thought about the event first. So Gabe?
yeah. So yeah, I thought I always people keep telling me that IDE is the biggest of all of the like car events or like model car related events in Southeast Asia.
Yeah.
Right? Oh, MDX is big, Outer Speed is big until you get to IDE. And yeah, I can see why, and I can see how people say that. IDE is not the biggest in terms of space. Outer Speed is the biggest in terms of space. IDE is may not always have the most variety in terms of what cars are on offer. Sometimes I notice that Outer Speed also, and even MDX to some extent,
Right.
can beat IDE. But if you talk about the crowds and networking and just the amount of who's who in the model car scene that
Yeah.
comes over and
Yeah.
networks IDE wins hands down. Hands down. Is it the best organized? I wouldn't say so. And I think Bjorn and my two other friends can get to all the messiness of the queues and
Oh,
especially
definitely.
especially day one.
For those who were there,
Yeah, but
you will know
Yeah.
what happened.
yeah, but yeah, it was interesting. I mean, we did get some interesting cars. Don't get me wrong. And the exclusives actually, although CM's exclusives had to be pulled out at the last moment,
Oh, yeah.
they were actually really good. And I thought they were gonna be like super crap, but no, they actually like people. The brands put an effort into the exclusives.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's right.
Much more than MDX. And maybe that is a bit more evident as to how important IDE is, right? Especially for them to network and to engage with their customers and potential business partners. But yeah, on to you guys. What do you
Yeah, I think the networking is a huge thing, right? I mean, Bjorn can attest to that.
Oh, yeah, I'll test that later.
But you know, we met a lot of people from a lot of places. We made a lot of new friends as well, right? But Bjorn, before I obviously continue,
Yeah, sure.
what do you think about the event as well?
As a whole, I really enjoyed it. I think it's worth mentioning there's one major thing that we did differently this time, and is that for the Kaido House / Mini GT stuff, we went F it. We thought to ourselves, you know what? We're gonna bail out on the whole idea of Kaido House and Mini GT. We're probably just gonna be on it
Yeah.
and just enjoy whatever we can.
They
I
were
think
the most
this
hyped
time-
up pieces, and like the frustration surrounding people getting those mini G and Kaido experience
Yeah,
pieces was proof of how like just ridiculous it was.
It was because
And-
sorry,
Nah.
on NDX, that was what we wanted to.
Yeah.
What we wanted to get,
Yeah.
and I think that's part of the reason why we kind of like, oh damn, like that was
Do
really.
you want to do that all
Yeah,
over
but
again?
this time we didn't do that, and I feel overall,
Mm.
I think our morale, I find it more enjoyable.
Yeah.
No, I mean for sure you're right, right? I think both of you said an amazing point, but I think we have to also acknowledge one major difference between the Malaysia Diecast Expo and the Indonesia Diecast Expo, and that is the exclusives for Mini GT. In fact, that's wrong. There is no exclusive for Mini GT. they are exclusive from Kaido House
Yeah.
this time. Right, so from Kaido House, for those that don't know, you guys get the Black Limited Civic,
Yeah.
the EG, right? And then
EF.
EF, sorry,
The
the
EF,
EF. The EG is from Hot Wheels. So the EF, right? And then you also get the Datsun 510 in the tri-stripe.
The Pro Stock.
Pro Stock, yeah,
Yeah.
right?
Correct.
So when we arrived, I think the three of us sat down and we had a
Game plan.
discussion,
Yeah.
right? And it just didn't feel important enough for us to hustle and to queue and stuff.
Correction. It's not that it's not important. I think it's just. I think learning from MDX, we're like, is it really worth it?
Yeah.
Yeah, correct. Yeah, for sure, I do agree.
And especially if it's not a car that we're particularly passionate about, right? I think to compare this, like the first MDX that all three of us went to, MDX 2022, that was when Mini GT first joined.
23, I think.
2023, yes.
23, yeah.
And it was Mini GT's first big event in Southeast Asia, and the Aventador, the GT Fighter Liberty Walk.
GT Evo.
The GT Evo was the event exclusive. Now we all three of us were passionate for that car because that car looked good.
Yeah, it's nice.
Right?
And it still does. It's been more than a year.
It's still considered one of the best looking mini GT event pieces.
Yeah. And I mean the prices can attest because
Prices are
even
good.
today the prices are very high. Right? So yeah, like Bjorn was saying, we decided to skip out on the Mini GT. So yes, unfortunately, even though you guys see a decent amount of cars here, we do not have. In fact, I don't really think we have any Mini GT castings here.
Actually, I
No,
think you're
right?
right. Yeah,
Yeah.
you're
We
right.
don't
Yeah.
because for once we actually decided to kind of venture out a little as well. And we'll get to why we ventured and what we ventured into as well. But it's very interesting because for those that have been following the channel, obviously you guys know we do a lot of mini GTs here in RdnRacing, but the first time in an expo we don't really
Interesting point. Yeah.
Right?
Actually, I
Yeah.
don't think I bought any
No,
mini GTs.
Didn't buy
also.
mini GTs.
we didn't buy
I was looking for some. I had a few that was on my list, but no.
but also gotta say everyone in the event, although especially resellers, prices were actually quite good as well, right? I think
Yes, I mean, obviously with the whole exchange, not to get political with exchange rates and markets and whatever, but I think as a general consensus, there was a handful of good prices that
Yeah.
we did see. Yeah.
and yeah, but it's really funny now that I think about it. We really didn't get any mini GTs. I honestly I didn't think about it until now,
Yeah.
right? And it's like kind of boggling my mind.
Yeah, it's not like we have I hate for mini GT or
Yeah.
anything. It's just
Yeah,
it just
all
so
three of us
happened. It
love
really just so
GTs,
happened. Yeah, it just so happened. Maybe because we already have the cars that they have there.
Yeah.
Maybe,
Yeah.
I think, or maybe there wasn't just enough to really wow, I have to get that. Maybe it's just yeah, nothing really.
And the fact that
Stuck out.
they didn't have a very very specific mini GT exclusive. I think that kind of also.
Yeah, I mean that's why.
Right.
If not, we'll at least have one.
But speaking of mini GT, Okada House in particular, actually, I want to give massive props to Mizu Diecast
Oh yeah.
because they just unveiled their two latest collaboration piece,
Yeah.
right? A dually and a
Silverado Dually and the 53 Lincoln Lowrider.
Lowrider.
right,
Yeah,
the
the
Lincoln
Capri.
Capri, right? And they look amazing,
Yeah.
right? Because we've had a bunch of dualies and we've had a bunch of Capris,
Yeah.
but the design that we have now for this collaboration is a brand new
Yeah.
design.
Yeah, it's
Right.
something fresh.
It's fresh, it's refreshing to see.
It's a bit unorthodox,
Yep.
unorthodox because
Yep.
it's not like the whole racing leveraging everything,
Yep.
but it's actually Mizu style.
Yep.
So that's a very fresh take on the whole kind of house line.
And it was fit because Mizu's Indonesian and Indonesia Diecast Expo. It's
I
very perfect timing to kind of unveil. Although we were kind of hoping they would release it
Yeah.
for sale,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Because we definitely would have gone for that.
Yeah, I would have bought.
That's something we would really queue up and fight for, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. For
So
sure.
massive props to
For
Mizu,
sure.
obviously.
Yeah.
She's been doing brilliantly. So
I think they should have taken the risk and made that exclusive. And because I think there's always a sense that especially non-JDMs, especially muscle cars,
Oh yeah.
are really despised or ignored by Asians. And I don't think that's entirely true. I think every now and then you see that there is an interest for muscle cars. It's just the right muscle car, or at least the right non-JDM car, I should say.
right.
And I think those two, the 53 Lowrider and the Silverado Dually, are good examples of non-JDMs that could really spark interest.
Right. Yeah, that's,
I agree.
I agree. I do.
Yeah.
I mean, I think I told you this before. I love the dually, right? it's got a lot of character, a lot of flavor to it. I don't know if you have a dolly in your collection.
I
don't really
think
remember.
So. I have the Silverado and stuff.
Because I keep track. I do keep track of his collection sometimes.
What a stalker,
right?
man.
But yeah, I don't think you have to do it. But if you ever have the chance, and I think you should with Mini's release, you will love the dolly.
Alright, I'll take your word for it.
It's so similar to the regular Silverado, but it's just very different. So you will trust me, you'll love it. But besides that, back to the event, and back to even before us entering the event, this is something I think
the queues.
all three of us want to kind of talk. Or at least tell you guys about. Because we decided to not go for mini GT, we were like, you know what, it's fine. Let's just chill, enjoy the hotel breakfast. We're gonna go slowly.
Yeah.
Right? And so we reached at about 11 a.m.
I think so, 11
Right.
plus. Yeah.
11 plus.
Correct.
Our hall is Hall 3A, by the way. The queues went all the way past Hall 1. Now, for anyone around the world, you guys know convention centers usually around the same size.
Yeah.
Right? And so for the queue to be as long as 3.5 convention centers, right?
Convention halls.
Halls. I
Yeah.
apologize, halls.
Yeah, no.
That's a long queue. And the worst part about it was under the hot sun,
Dry heat.
dry heat.
Yeah.
And you guys know Asia, right? Asia's weather is atrocious. And
It can't get it.
yeah, and it was bad, right? We had this guy here, so he was sweating and all wet,
Profusely, yep.
even before we entered the event,
Yeah.
But like I said, there's a certain form of hustling, obviously. Whether in the future they will address these kind of issues, it's a different thing, right?
Yep.
But that's an issue that we kind of feel obviously would affect everyone.
Yeah.
Right. And anything else you guys?
Yeah.
want to
Do you
add?
guys wanna? Do you guys wanna explain the whole like Kaido House Black Limited, the EF Civic Black Limited controversy where basically people queued since 4 a.m. and some of them did not get
Okay.
allocation.
Do you
I
wanna?
think I'm not the best person to describe that.
Oh yeah, I can.
Yeah,
Okay,
I
I roughly understand.
Here's what happened. He asked the question. He went to me. He asked. I don't know. He went to him. Basically, we're gonna get Gabriel to
Oh,
kind of
Gabriel.
talk about it, because we weren't there,
Yeah.
right? So we
Agree.
don't really know the gist of
But
it.
I asked around and I pieced together
Yeah,
kind of what
yeah.
happened. So,
So-
I could be wrong. So to anybody who actually who tried to queue for the Black Limited, let me know how.
comments.
Yeah.
Let us know how it went. But from what I pieced together, obviously we were all tired as hell, and me and Bjorn arrived in Jakarta
3 a.m.
Friday,
We
Saturday
saw
3 a.m. So
Yeah.
we were in no position to queue for it.
No.
And it's not car that we want either. So what happened was that allegedly there were some people queuing so the event opened Saturday.
Mm.
People were queuing Friday night, 10 p.m. Friday night. Keep in mind.
Yep.
So and some people arrive 4 a.m. to queue and all kinds of crazy times.
Mm.
So what happened was that from what I understand, security was distributing the allocations
Right.
to everybody. But for some reason, security did not, or event organizers, right, did not distribute it based on a first come first served basis.
Right.
Apparently, for whatever reason, maybe they were worried about fights, which was really dumb. That would be really dumb if they did that. But they gave it randomly.
Mm.
So you could have queued from 10 p.m. the day before,
Yep.
and you may not have missed
Oh my goodness.
about an allocation. So and then that was the main problem that started the whole confusion, because after that it was then just it was just mix up after mix up where there were people shouting, "Queues there! No, the queues there!" And keep in mind, this is happening from Friday night all the way to Saturday morning as
Right.
the event is opening. People running, screaming. And when we came in, right, we were just talking about just the queue to get in, right?
Yeah.
It was multiple convention halls.
Yeah, just to get
And
in.
then in that queue itself is the Kaido House Black Limited people who have taken out a good portion of the hall where IDE is happening. And they're just there. They're just queuing. Right? And I mean it's so slow, and people who apparently were there since last night, literally camping there, did not get any allocation at the queue. They spent 24 hours queuing basically for nothing.
Yeah.
So I mean, how do you feel? It would have been immensely frustrating.
No, that definitely no. Frustrating is an understatement.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Can you imagine queuing up the whole night?
Yeah.
and okay, just cleaning up the whole night alone, and the being sleep deprived, and I don't know how they handled it. Did they bring tents or
No,
whatever?
and there's no like food areas or like
At that
a good
timing.
place to get like drinks or
Yeah.
it's just a convention center in the middle of Jakarta and there's no like businesses around where you can just kind of
I
buy
cannot
stuff.
fathom, I really cannot fathom how
Yeah.
frustrating,
Yeah.
like I say, it's that.
And there were fights, right? There were fights as people were trying to get in. I mean, there was like one security guard, 30 people outside the entrance.
Yeah.
This is not even talking about the Kaido House queue anymore. This is just
The
the
general
queue to get
queue.
into the event, right?
Yeah, yeah.
I mean, it looked like a crowd crush could actually like
Happened.
could have actually happened.
Yeah.
It almost did in some some
It's
parts.
also worth noting that there was concurrently there was another event happening. The game?
Yeah.
Yeah.
The
So
Game Expo.
it's so funny,
Yeah,
like,
what do you
there were
mean Game Expo?
there were two long queues for the game expo, and there were two long queues, and I guess the longer one was supposed to be for IDE. And when we went to approach one of the guys, like, hey, is this queue for IDE? The person was like, I don't know. And then we asked him like, oh, are you going for IDE? He's like, no, I want to go for the comic convention. And that's why we told him like, oh, I think the queue for that is like over there. There was no signages.
Nope.
Yeah.
There weren't any ushers or anything. So even people from the game expo were confused. They got mixed in this whole hoo-ha-ha.
Yeah.
And
But
it's funny lah.
yeah, it's funny. It's very, once again, it kind of gave us like a deja vu to the whole mini GT in Malaysia, right?
Yeah.
The Malaysia Diecast Expo that we've spoken about before.
Yeah.
Because we were really genuinely worried, right? But the moment we got in, things were different. And I gotta say, I think the biggest thing I have noticed the moment we got in was line management or queue management, right? Be it the mini GT booth, be it the pop race booth, especially the pop race booth, be it the Inno 64 booth, right? The queue management was done with a lot of thought process involved.
Where I have to step in there. Here's the funny part. This is the funniest part.
Uh-huh.
Tell me if I'm wrong. When we went in, right?
Yeah, you're wrong. Yeah.
There was no one queuing. No one queuing at the Inno 64 booth. Correct or not? It was empty, right? The whole
Yeah,
correct?
and yeah, sorry, you were saying?
And then for the pop race, it wasn't too shabby. And the tarmac works, no queue. We just kind of walked in. We said hi to Felix. Shout out to you. Just talked to him. There was no queue at all. Why? Y'all can guess why.
Because everyone that entered, literally everyone that entered, went straight into the Kaidos. I'm not saying it's wrong, don't get me wrong. But I think we made a very smart decision to decide on to going for the other booths, right?
There was no queue.
Because I think it was what, by 12 or 12:30, we already had all the other exclusives with us.
Yeah. Yes. Correct.
Right? But if you spoke about Inno 64, right?
Correct. Yeah.
The reason why Inno 64 had no queue was because they did not release exclusives.
There was an event exclusive.
They did not release it.
Only during the dinner.
Yeah. So why would you queue for regular pieces?
You wouldn't,
Right.
Chances are you
You're
already have
going
regulars.
there for the exclusive pieces.
Yeah.
But you can only buy the exclusives at the dinner last time. So why would you queue? Right?
I have to clarify that. Really, is that the case? I thought the thing is that at the dinner,
No.
you can purchase the event exclusive.
Yeah, but there wasn't an event exclusive for sale at the booth at Inno 64's booth because we did go through the paper
Yep.
where we went through the menu that they
Doesn't
gave
have
us.
one.
It didn't. The only exclusive it has is Malaysia Diecast Expo's exclusive for this year, which is that gold R34 and the grey and blue R35. and all.
Sorry, I
Yes.
think there might be a miscom there because when it wasn't in the pamphlet,
It wasn't.
but it was in a poster by our side saying that it is the event. exclusive
Yes,
card.
but you could not buy that at the booth at the
Yeah,
Inno 64
because
booth.
I asked her, I want to buy the.
I did not know that. This is a revelation
Yeah.
to me.
No,
And
the
so-
posters were for the dinner.
Yeah.
Okay, basically the Inno exclusives for IDE could only be purchased at the dinner. Now why they did that, I have no idea.
Wow, this is revelation to me.
Yeah, so that was
I didn't know
interesting. Right, we did get the Tarmac Works exclusive as well. We will show you guys in a bit as well. Right? But besides that, we did buy a lot of cars, we met a lot of people as well. Right? As all our events go, we've met a lot of people. And one thing I really want to give is we met this particular person from AGT. What was his name again? James?
Right?
Jack.
Wait, sorry, hold on, wait. I'm having a brain fart. Jake,
Jake
I remember.
from JHL Hobby, right? Who is the largest distributor of mini GT and also the event organizer for Malaysia Diecast Expo. He actually recognized, funny enough, he recognized the two of us. And in fact, he recognized Gabriel from
Yeah, I do.
Gridlock Diecast Show, which is our podcast show. And you know, he said he likes the content that we do and stuff, which was nice.
Right? Fanboying.
Yeah, I did. But we also managed to speak to him about Malaysia Diecast Expo. And you know, we raised our concerns about this year's event. And this is a sneak peek for you guys, he has mentioned that they are working on a much better system for next year. So I believe next year is on the 24th of May, 2025. So you better bet we're gonna be there. Right? We're gonna revisit. Obviously, Malaysia Diecast Expo has a greater emotional or sentimental value for us as well.
Yeah.
Right, because it's our first major expo together.
First major expo, like
Right.
overseas, yeah.
And yeah, we're definitely gonna go back. And I really have high hopes for MDX 2025 that's gonna happen next year. Super excited about that. But back to this year's show.
Oh, wait,
right?
one thing, sorry. MDX is no longer taking place in the Utama in the Utama shopping center. If I'm not wrong, that Berjaya Times or whatever that shopping center is. It's taking place in central KL.
Yeah, and
It's a
location
much
bigger.
Yes.
Yep. Obviously, we're not gonna spoil. We don't know anything at all. But yeah, next year's MDX is gonna be a lot more bigger.
Yep.
Super excited. But besides that, back to this year's event, I think all in all, besides the queue, event was amazing.
Yep.
I loved the event.
Yeah. It was nice. It was good.
I mean, Indonesians they're really nice people.
Yeah,
nothing
shout out
about
to
it.
y'all, seriously.
Very kind, you know.
Yes,
They're really chill in the way that Singaporeans will never be.
Yeah.
So, yeah. It was good.
It was good.
So, before we obviously continue and stuff, I want to give a massive props to every single one of you that we met throughout the event, right? Every single one of you that kind of spent time with us, helped us in whatever way, whenever necessary, and also spent time with us. The pop race dinner last night,
Race X, Eno
64 dinner,
yeah,
I
and
apologize, right? And after party was also a very nice place for us to essentially network, right? I overheard you talking about this earlier today. It was an amazing opportunity for us. So
It was a good venue to just talk lah. I mean, for the dinner and stuff. Maybe the music was too loud and stuff, but I'm not gonna get over that. Still really appreciate the whole pop race and Eno 64 team for holding the event for
that's right.
fast collectors. And
Yeah.
it was great. It was great. Got to meet a lot of people there and stuff, and had fun. And most importantly, we had fun.
I assume you had fun as well.
Yeah, I had fun. What else was I gonna say? Oh yeah, so I think everything was great. I think the exclusives were good. Met so many people that I knew and met some new people on the way.
Yes, sir.
Other than the queues, it was okay. It was alright. It was crowded, but we expected that. Sellers were alright. Very flexible as flexible as they could be.
Yeah.
Custom competition. I'm not gonna talk much about it here. Go and see his coverage of the event itself. And you'll hear my views on it. Definitely an interesting custom competition. I did not prepare anything, and I wasn't going to even take part. But I decided to enter my class last minute. So yeah.
Props to Redo one mostly. Yeah. You're the one who was like, hey, just go.
Yeah. Because I think you guys know this. I'm a huge fan of his work. I think his work is brilliant.
Yes, sir.
Right. So much so he was my guest for Gridlock, and so I was like, you've got nothing to lose, right? And we were already there.
Yeah.
And he did.
Yeah.
And there is a little kind of like a tip of the iceberg, or because he did get featured in an interview with them.
Oh yeah, I got interviewed by the organizers, by the
Right.
which was a paint company called Deton, which I'll talk a little bit more in
Right. So they did feature him as well, right?
Yeah, they featured
So
me.
you did something.
I guess I have, yeah.
Yeah, it is a win at the end of the day, and obviously I'm super proud of you.
Yeah, for representing Singapore for the Cosmic Com.
Yeah, for sure. And what we're gonna do now, we're gonna talk about the cast, because I'm sure you guys want to hear about the cast as well.
Yes, sir.
But what I'm gonna try to fix the angle so you guys can see the cars a lot more clearer. And then yeah, we'll have a discussion about all the cars we've got. Now, it might look like it's very few considering there's 3 of us.
Yeah.
And the reason is because there are a lot of repeat cars where we both bought the cars, all 3 of us have, especially the exclusives. So what we did was we didn't take out all of them, right? We just took out one set.
Yeah.
Just so it's less cluttered for you guys.
The important stuff.
And important and cool stuff as well.
Yeah.
So-
Anyways, you can see from the cars here, it's quality over quantity.
For sure, 100%.
Yeah.
Right? It also shows the maturity we have as in a sense, right?
Yeah.
In a sense,
Sure,
yeah.
sure.
Yeah, it was really fresh to see. I think Gabriel was telling me before the trip that here from like in IDE, right, you see a lot of cars that maybe are not usually won't see.
Yeah.
And Gabriel was right. Like
was right.
we saw a lot of cars here that you probably won't come across easily at other events.
Yeah, it was right, it was right.
Maybe only Outer Speed and MDX. And
So what we're gonna do, we're gonna fix the framing, and I'll see you guys in a bit again. So yeah, we're back. We didn't do anything. We just moved from the sofa down
Yep.
to kind of show you guys the cars. So I think the first important thing I want to touch on, because it is the Indonesia Diecast Expo, is the Indonesia Diecast Expo exclusive car. Now, this is a Honda Civic EG right here. And how this works is when you enter the event, right? For those of you guys can see, right? When you enter the event, you're given a raffle number, which means with your entry, you're actually kind of
Given a ticket,
given a
Yeah,
chance to
yeah.
Given a chance
buy,
to be able to buy.
right?
just to buy, not to win, but to
yeah,
buy.
to buy, but it's through a raffle. And so we got the tickets today, right?
Yeah.
And I remember asking Bjorn, what did you do? And we were actually kind of unsure.
Yeah.
But suddenly, we met someone else.
Yeah.
And he
shout out
actually
to
told us-
Utoy.
Yeah, and
Utoy,
he was like, oh, by the way, the raffle ticket is out. And then we actually checked his first. And he was like, oh, I won.
Yeah,
Right.
I thought he was like joking.
Yeah.
I was like looking at the phone, looking at my ticket. I'm like, bro, don't
And
joke.
what?
Don't like, come on, you're psyching. And yeah, I actually
And
won.
then the funny thing is, I'll be honest, I was a bit disheartened. But I was like, I'll queue with you. So we stood in the queue and I was like, let me check the list again. And funny enough, on the first page of the raffle winners was my queue number as well. And we were like, yo, that's insane.
Yeah, we were
And
like
so-
celebrating while
yeah.
queuing up.
And
yeah.
so for this convention piece right here, we both actually have a piece for ourselves. This is numbered 460 out of 1,500, and this is 453.
Yeah, that's right.
I didn't get one, but kind of funny that I sold my Singapore convention one in Indonesia,
Uh-huh.
and these two got the Indonesian convention one.
So, I
see
think
that.
you did do a trade, right? I assume of a sort.
Oh,
so
yeah,
what
thanks
did you
for
get
that.
in response to the?
Haha. Well, thanks to this guy for helping me with negotiating. His intimidating frame has assisted in
Good skills,
negotiation.
good sales.
No, but he was very chill about
I
it.
appreciate it.
Yeah.
Appreciate it, guys.
Okay, so I did attend the Singapore dinner, got one of this. As you guys know, there's Singapore version, Malaysia version, Indonesia version's convention car. Singapore is only 500 units. This has, I believe, 1,000.
1,005.
1,005, and Malaysia has
1,000.
1,000. Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. So as you know, I'm not the biggest Honda Civic guy, so I decided to trade mine, and I got this.
Oh.
So this is my convention car, quote unquote, for
There you go. Mustang boss.
yeah.
Chill
So
too.
as you guys know, this is the legendary Spectra Flame Blue Mustang Boss 302. June in my casting. This is based off the SCCA track car. Yeah. Oh, sorry. Oh, thanks.
Alright.
Yeah, this is based off the SCCA
Yeah.
track car. Roll cage, big splitter, everything. Really cool piece. Very sought after RLC, one of the few RLCs that you can actually make money from. In the US market, I've seen this go for 500 to 700 Sing. So I think it's a worthwhile trade. So yeah.
Also, I gotta say, I just realized this. We actually have a decent amount of numbered cars this time
We
around.
do, yes.
Right?
And all
And
these
that
traveling
brings back
around.
to quality over quantity.
Yeah.
Right? And so not because of my big physical stature, but we did negotiate the price for this, and the seller's obviously very nice.
Negotiate a trade, you mean?
A trade
Yes.
in a sense, yes. And the price, I guess the prices were actually very fair.
Yeah. they
Right?
were
It's
fair.
good prices
fair.
for collectors like us.
Yes.
Right? So
Yeah.
we've covered two cars so far. Bjorn, since we've already spoken, what do you want to show us a car that you are super excited about?
Oh man, okay, so I think I really want to show this piece.
Right.
Yeah, so this is the Pony Wars Hot Wheels 2-car set. Is this from the Elite? 100%.
Yeah, 100%.
100%.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So for those who don't know,
that out.
100% line, it was a line started by Larry Wood, the design, a very legendary designer of Hot Wheels. Hot Wheels told him, no money, almost no object, design really high quality, like adult
Yes.
collector cars.
Mm.
So this is before RLC. This is RLC before RLC.
Right.
No spectral flame, but you can see you can see the
tooling,
level of
details,
design.
yeah.
Like there were no like mainline castings that were made 100%. They were all retooled if they were
Right, part of the 100%
expensive-
lineup.
Yeah, no expensive
Right,
spec.
right.
Yeah, and this one in particular is a 17 Mustang and 69 Camaro. I'm especially more excited for the Mustang, you know.
Nice.
I love it. I
Yeah.
absolutely
Boss
love
29.
it.
I mean, for those that don't know, he's a
Yeah.
huge Mustang guy, so it
Yeah.
kind of explains why.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah.
So now it's my turn. Before I
So
do
what say
apologize.
you, Redovan? What about
But
you?
I gotta say, one thing coming into this event was the BMC exclusives.
Alright.
Now, I had this conversation with
Wait
Gabriel.
for the camera.
Yes, please. And we were a bit reluctant at first. But so we've got a Toyota Supra, the top secret Toyota Supra, and the Mazda 787B with the test car livery. Right? I hope you guys can see in the camera. I'll do obviously separate videos on this, reviews, etc. But BMC coming to this event, I kind of feel like with this, the quality has increased exponentially from its previous releases. Now I'm not gonna get into details, but I think especially the 787B, we all three of us got this, right?
Yes.
All three of us got a set for ourselves. Obviously, Gabriel didn't get the Supra, but all of us got the 787B, and
Yep.
I really love what they've done with it. It's a transparent base with an acrylic case, which means it's going to look nice, and it's stackable as well.
Blending with the other brands.
Right, it does blend in with the other brands as well.
Yep.
So these two releases from BMC right here, I think, honestly, they've done an amazing job.
They did.
Right?
It's
Yes,
good, it's good.
I do. I mean, yeah, it does look nice. I gotta,
Yeah,
I'll be
looks
honest.
good, looks good.
Right?
I'm-
Yes.
I'm-
Are there issues, or do we feel like it could be better? Yes, but that's not something we're going to discuss today.
Well, that's for another video.
Right? That's for another video. So stay tuned. Be sure to subscribe to the channel. But once again, so that's how the video is gonna go. We're gonna like, kind of take turns to show our favorite cars. So I get all yours now.
Yeah, okay, so very quickly, I mean, obviously we all got a bunch of green lights. I'm not gonna get into them. You guys already know green lights pretty well. I found a few NASCARs, the Walt, Sony. I mean, I love NASCAR castings. I think they're just immensely cool. Yeah, even now, like, there are not many other diecast brands that like come close to just the interesting liveries and tempers you see on
Right.
NASCARs. But I'm gonna get to so I think for a lot of our JDM fanboys, you can kind of see that I got the Chase. The guy who loves muscle cars got the R34 Z Tune
Yes, yeah.
Chase. I think Radar One Story will have the video, but it was really cool. We didn't expect it. I bought two sets, didn't expect anything out of it. I did not get the R50 Chase, unfortunately. I only got the two silver ones. I'm selling these, just FYI, so check. Yeah.
Black Bandit SG Instagram.
Yeah.
Link in the description.
No, I'm not
of the-
saying I'm on Instagram, but I'm selling them on like
Selling my
WhatsApp and stuff.
Instagram.
Yeah, no, I'm not. But yeah, so it was really cool, got the Chase. Out of the Ital Design R50 Chase or this, I would have preferred to get this. So I'm really happy. I am keeping this.
Yes.
Yeah, and yeah, I do actually have a JDM collection. And the grey one is really cool too. This car was actually on the show floor.
Yeah,
It's
as much
actually-
as Gabriel memes about the JDM stuff, he still does. He
No.
has proper appreciation for the right cars.
Yeah, I love all cars. I love all cars.
That's
Well,
right.
almost all.
The keyword is right.
The right ones.
Yes.
He
The
just
right
stuck
ones,
with
right?
it.
Yeah,
That's right.
Yeah. So I think really quickly after, so since we talked about these, I'm actually gonna go through over the cars I'm like most excited for real quick. So quick fire, I actually got 3 convention cars out alongside the Mustang.
That's going big.
Yeah, he's also not giving us a chance to talk about the cars.
Quick shot.
But
Quick
yeah,
shot,
no
quick
worries.
shot. Nice selection of cars. Especially love the freaking.
Yeah.
Yeah, so-
what was it again?
The gasser.
Yeah.
I love the
Gasser
gasser.
is
Is it the
so
gasser?
Yeah. All
Oh.
3 are gases.
Oh, they're all gases.
3 are
No,
no sorry.
it's,
One the Nova is a pro stock car.
Yeah, the-
Right? Some would say it's a gasser, some say it isn't, but look at that top. Lamley has covered this before. I don't know if you can see the roof, the
It's very hard to
cockpit
see,
roof.
yeah. But if y'all have
it's-
images online,
yeah, it is etched into the car.
Yeah,
So
when
that's
Gabriel
really
showed
cool.
it to us, we were in awe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like,
See,
wow.
if only they did that for the Civic, but okay.
More.
And then the other two I got was of course the this year's Atlanta, Georgia convention, the Moon Eyes. Yes, quite a few of these on the market, but I got one for a good price finally. And then found a peppermint twist signed by Brendan
Peppermint
Fitesky.
twist.
I don't know whose other signature this is. Please let me know if any. The protector's
protector's,
kind of
uh,
like it's all protector. So yeah, please
Shrek.
let me know if you guys know who is the other person who signed this. But yeah, really.
Yeah,
cool.
let me bring it to the camera. Yeah, look at that. Yeah, for reference.
Yeah, and once
so
again, they were very good prices. Right.
Yeah.
But it's like I always tell Gabriel, you gotta appreciate the pieces before you buy, right?
Yeah.
And so the prices justify it.
Definitely for Gabriel.
Yeah, so
appreciates
Mr. Bjorn Alvarez or DrifterD as
Yes,
the
sir.
public calls you.
Okay,
What's
sure.
the next casting you want to kind of
Alright,
talk
so
about?
before I go to the exclusives, which I can talk for on behalf of us, I also did get a boss.
Hey yo!
More
Sure
Mustangs.
do.
Yeah, so I got a pink one. It's
Yeah.
cool that Gabriel got a blue one, so I got this pink one.
Quick fire comparison of
Look
the
at it. It's like boy and
blue
girl.
and the pink.
It's like boy and girl, bro.
His and hers.
Yeah, some
His and
kinky,
hers.
Yeah, some kinky stuff going on there. Yeah, but I'm glad
I mean, you don't want to know what happens, Yeah.
And demonetized. Woo!
Oh no!
Yeah, but it's a pretty cool piece to add also. Shout out to Bandit Diecast. And alright, so for the Pop Race event exclusives, right? So I'm not gonna, I think most of you have probably already seen the photos online, for the Civic right here and for the Lancer. Yeah, look at that. So this is for
Oh.
the two of them. So I think for me,
Yeah.
personally, what's more important are the one that's red one is holding. Yeah, so for those, okay, red one. So you guys might think like, oh, Drifter, why are you holding two of the same cars? Yes, Kermit the Frog. That's a really good question.
What kind of
So
accent is that?
Kermit the Frog. So one of
Strange
them,
comment.
okay, this one is the dinner Pop Race X 64 dinner car, and this one is the event car. So the box does seem similar. There is some difference. This one is there's some holographic details to it.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
This one is the chrome pink version.
Yes, sir.
If you guys see the photos, I haven't opened it yet, but you guys see the videos and photos online, the chrome pink on this
Oh, it's
Pop Race R7
fascinating.
is awesome.
Yeah.
Also, should explain why we
Awesome.
don't have the Eno 64 dinner car, because we are trying to sell.
Oh, that's a
And
good
I
point you brought up.
know he kind of brought it up. And the thing is, like I always say in my channel, and I've said this before as well, if I don't appreciate the casting, I would rather give it to someone who understands the value of it.
Wait, can I let's be more blunt. I would rather sell it to somebody.
Mhm.
than-
No, yeah, for sure, right? Because, albeit it's cool, just not something I really want in my collection. Don't get me wrong, it's an amazing casting.
Oh, yeah.
It's super limited.
Oh, you almost
casting as
didn't
well.
want to sell it, right?
Yeah.
Me
and-
also, yeah.
and trust me when I say this, I woke up today and I was telling Bjorn, I said, Bjorn, do I want to let it go? Do I
Yeah.
want... But there are other people out there who really appreciate it.
Really,
What's the casting?
really appreciate
And maybe
it.
they don't have the opportunity to get it, and so you know what, we were okay with letting them go. So yes, we do not have that purple. Is it purple or pink?
The purple,
Chrome purple pinkish R34.
Yeah.
But with that being said, I have a casting here that I'm super duper excited about. It's not an exclusive, but it is this, and this is the Huni Pegasus.
Look at that.
But this is the Huni Pegasus with the Rexy
Rexy
livery, right? It's very freaking cool because it's kind of like two different amazing concepts. Like they just bode well together, and the price of this was insane. It was insane. But this is numbered, by the way. It's 431 out of 999. So that's nice. The Huni Pegasus.
Wow.
I do love the paint job. So yeah, I think overall the Huni Pegasus, it's a Pikes Peak car, right?
Yeah.
It's a brilliant car. It's very big, obnoxious.
Yeah.
And I just love it absolutely. And then so I think we've covered more or less all the cars, right?
Yeah, I think that's pretty much it
We've
from my
left the
side.
tarmac. We'll let Bjorn cover that in a second as well. And then Gabe has a couple of cars he wants to cover. And something very special that he wants to talk about.
Yeah.
But the last cars that I want to kind of show you guys is some green lights that I got.
Green lights. Just bring it to the camera.
I'm gonna check those out, and they are muscle cars, right? So I am trying to learn and kind of learn how to appreciate muscle cars a lot more.
Yep.
Because they are very
Nice.
underappreciated.
Yeah, Greenlight had their own booth, by the way, and they were
Yeah.
selling these at a pretty cheap price, I would
Yeah.
say.
Very affordable price, yeah,
Very
yeah.
affordable price.
So now we've kind of covered all of this. So Gabe, one last thing you kind of want to show the audience, and
Yeah.
what is it?
So it's not a car. I've shown you all my cars. It's this.
Ah,
Now
that
it looks
is like a
like
spray
a
can.
Deton spray paint can. It's actually a tumbler. Really want you to open up and show
Yeah.
you.
The tumbler.
It is an actual food safe like tumbler.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right? So it's really cool. It looks like a
Yeah.
spray can, but it's not.
So
You know, so like it looks like you're gonna drink
You're gonna unalive yourself, you know.
Yep, with like by drinking lacquer. But you're not, you're drinking coffee.
Then you do this, then you're like, yeah. Imagine it's a nice
Yeah.
prank.
Gabriel, are you okay?
You is the hotline you can call, right? No, but like actually it's just a
It's a very
it's a tumbler.
it's a very
So
nice piece.
thanks, shout out to Ziva, the Deton representative, for giving me this. But basically, yeah, I was interviewed, even though I didn't win the Indonesian Diecast Expo like custom competition. And I think I think I was one of the only, or if not the only, international competitor there. Everybody else was Indonesian, I believe, or almost.
I
all
think
of them.
so.
And the
Yeah.
competition
Yeah.
was tough.
It was very tough.
It
Yeah,
was
and
insane.
plus I didn't even prepare for it because I didn't even know I was gonna be taken part. But yeah, so she was so nice. She interviewed me. Deton asked me a bunch of questions about what I thought about the event, and they I have to say they were really like no, like tell us how you feel about it. Like you don't have to be like, you don't have to like sugarcoat it or anything. But I do like their paints, and I've heard many good things about them. So been trying them out, and yeah, I hope they come to Singapore. I hope they bring them. So their graffiti paints are in Singapore already, but their modeling paints are yet to come.
Yeah, I see.
So I hope the modeling paints and precision stuff comes in, then I can actually start working on and trying their products out. But yeah, so thanks so much Deton for this, and I will be using it for Halloween. So thank you.
Before we get into you want to end the video, I want to talk about this because we are
It's a cup.
So this is a
Yellow.
pop
This
race
is the yellow
at
color.
X Inno 64 dinner and after party mug, right?
Mug,
it's,
yeah.
it's actually a dog gift they gave all of us. It's a regular mug, but I don't know why or what is it about this, but it just looks so nice,
Yeah.
right?
I mean,
Bjorn, maybe you can
100%.
show the camera.
It's
But-
nice. You see, it's like
yeah, and it came in
Yeah,
three
it's
different
super
colors. We did manage to get all three colors for the three of us.
Mine is blue, but I forgot
he-
to pick up mine.
out.
The lazy man has kept it in his bag already. But there's one that's like in a slightly dark blue hue.
Dark blue, yeah.
There's a one in like almost aluminum tin, and then there's one which is mine in white. I do like it. It's very, very nicely done. The quality of it feels nice. They didn't cheap on it.
No,
It's really
they did
good
not cheap on
quality,
Yeah.
and it's very nice way to kind of commemorate the entire event.
It's not really good to see a pop race logo or logo on an accessory,
on a mug.
accessory, on a mug.
And
alone.
speaking of mugs, this year in MDX we had a Kaido House mug, right? That I use for my.
Oh yeah, I still have
right.
it. I still have it.
It's
You mean the cup, the plastic cup?
the coffee,
right,
yeah,
right,
the
the
coffee.
coffee cup. I use it as a stationery holder. He uses it for his brushes,
Yes.
right? Gabe? So it's kind of nice to have this in a collection.
Yeah.
Kind of like mix our everyday lives together. But and we've kind of almost talked about all the cars, but we're left with one very, very
Oh, just
special
one more.
car.
It's also worth mentioning. Definitely, yeah.
And Bjorn?
Yes. So the last car, I think, right? This is the last
Yes,
car.
sir,
right
yes,
here.
sir.
It's the Tarmac Works Hello Kitty, right here.
S15.
So it's the S15
Vertex kit.
Vertex kit, right? I think I personally think it's cool. I love it. Like
No, there was some like younger collectors who were going absolutely bonkers for this thing on Singapore, like diecast circles. Like
people want to
like,
get their hands on it.
oh my gosh, this is the greatest thing since sliced bread. I need this Hello Kitty S15 Vertex kit. So yes.
Yeah, okay. What do you think, Bjorn? I want to know about your opinion about this car.
I love it. It's not your typical. I mean, my opinion is it's good. It's not like your typical racing livery cars or whatever. But the fact there's like Hello Kitty on it, oh, it's girly and stuff. I think it's fresh. It's a fresh new take from the Timex team to create something like this. I personally like it. I also like the card art. It's very nice. I like it.
Yeah.
I think it's cute, right?
What do you think?
Honestly, it's a very big tangent from everything else we have.
Yes,
Yeah.
that's why I say it's
Right?
fresh. It's fresh.
Yeah, it's fresh because everything we have is very fierce, very attacking, you know.
Like, you just compare the
Exactly, or even like the Pikes
Peak.
Peak, Hoodie Pegasus, or any other car we have. But at the end of the day, it is an international, it's an IDE exclusive, so obviously there is a sentimental value to it,
Yes.
right? So yes, you only see one car, but all three of us actually got one of these.
I
Right?
want two. Actually,
Oh, you didn't get one
No, I
yourself?
didn't get one. No.
So, but yeah, we both got.
I'm waiting for the Kuromi.
We both got-
Audi R8.
Yeah.
But yeah, there's an Audi R8 coming also, so
Macau.
stay tuned for that. There's a Macau Grand Prix. Yeah, we've essentially covered, but we've got one last thing we forgot to cover,
Oh.
and that is a mouse pad by Dream Customs
Oh, yeah.
X Garuda Drift.
We
Now,
can't really bring this.
we can't really bring this up right now, but I'll put a photo for your reference, and you'll see it in my future videos. But it's amazing. It's limited to 100 pieces in the world
Yeah.
for this event, and
They've teamed up with major band Grassy Drift.
yes sir,
Yeah,
yes
it's
sir.
a really big collab. I
And
think it's great.
brilliant. So massive props to Dream Customs, obviously. Congratulations for this amazing collaboration once again, right? And yeah, he's got one, I've got one. We've got 2 out of 100 pieces in the world.
Yes.
Yeah.
Right,
I would have
that's
bought, I would have
insane.
bought one, but I don't have space in my house.
Yeah, so amazing. Once again,
Nice.
I want to
XL.
yeah, I think that's more or less everything, and I want to give a massive shout out to everyone we met once again.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for making this event
Thank y'all.
amazing. We had a lot of fun,
Yeah, boys.
right? So much so, we are exhausted, but we kind of want to like show you guys because we're super pumped, we're super excited. So massive props to everyone that we've met. I really appreciate your time, your love, your support you guys have, especially for DrifterD right here.
Yeah.
Right.
It's all good, man.
Some of you have even spoken to me. You guys recognize me, which is still, it really
He's starstruck.
it blows my mind, but I really appreciate you guys for the love and the constant support that you guys have given all of us.
Yes, sir.
even Great Luck Diecast as well,
Yeah.
right? So I think we're gonna end this video for now. We're gonna get some rest because tomorrow we're flying back to Singapore.
Yeah.
And maybe the next time we have another video like this is Malaysia Diecast Expo
Malaysia
next
again,
year,
let's go.
once again in a couple of months. So if you guys like this kind of fun, then be sure to subscribe to the channel. Once again, I'm gonna tag them in the description down below, right? So you guys can drop them a follow, and if you do, let them know that RdnRacing says hi.
Yes.
Although that's a
right.
line that
That's
I
right.
stole from Bjorn.
Yeah. I mean, just
Right.
tell them that you came from the channel.
Yeah, you
from
guys
here.
come on here. We definitely appreciate it. But I think that's gonna wrap up this video. My GoPro is about to die as
Oh.
well. So
See you guys.
now see you guys next time, and we're out.
See ya.
Bye-bye.
Good night.
Peace.
Finally. Okay,
Yeah.
we're done.
I'm done also. I'm done in life.
I was gonna say.